there. He gets a little tap as they start out of the corner in the 8 car. See Barkowski there fighting to get control back into Kenny Irwin and into the outside wall as they spin towards the grass down the front straightaway.
Hard to see if Hillen came down or Barkowski came way up the race.
Together going into the turn.
Okay, right there you can see the 77 car, Chad Chaffin, getting in trouble. He goes up and collects Hut Strickland in 61. Fire breaks out as they slide along the wall, and you can see many other cars involved in the accident just behind there.
And some cars taking evasive action, getting down on the flat part of the racetrack and coming on around. Now, whether when they came off of that flat part, that caused the second wreck, don't know yet.
Well, Elton Sawyer got into those two. That's what damaged his car, and there was one. And here's the second part of it. Off turn 2, Adam Petty hard in the wall.
You know, I saw a piece of a tire go up in the air there. It looked like he had a flat tire, and the actual part of the radial tire came off as he hit the wall there. So Adam Petty probably had a flat tire that triggered that. There, he gets a little tap as they start out of the corner in the 8 car. See Barkowski there fighting to get control back into Kenny Irwin and into the outside wall as they spin towards the grass down the front straightaway.
Hard to see if Hillen came down or Barkowski came way up the race.
Together going into the turn.
Okay, right there you can see the 77 car, Chad Chaffin, getting in trouble. He goes up and collects Hut Strickland in 61. Fire breaks out as they slide along the wall, and you can see many other cars involved in the accident just behind there.
And some cars taking evasive action, getting down on the flat part of the racetrack and coming on around. Now, whether when they came off of that flat part, that caused the second wreck, don't know yet.
Well, Elton Sawyer got into those two. That's what damaged his car, and there was one. And here's the second part of it. Off turn 2, Adam Petty hard in the wall.
You know, I saw a piece of a tire go up in the air there. It looked like he had a flat tire, and the actual part of the radial tire came off as he hit the wall there. So Adam Petty probably had a flat tire that triggered that.
The 11 car of Jason Garrett. Then he gets a bump from Buckshot Jones right in the back, and around goes Jason.
Yeah, they just got bunched up there, and Jason was driving ahead like he was supposed to be doing.
Sprague trying to come off the corner, trying to stay in front of the 37 car, and the back end goes around. And look at this, Kyle, what you're talking about. Mark just turned left.
Just turns left, and you see the black marks where he turns left and sets the wheel. You see the wheel turn back to the right a little bit. It puts black marks on the racetrack. He turns so hard and stands in the gas. But like I say, it kills your momentum right there.
Inside right there, just a touch. And Amick in the 35 touches the left rear of the 77. Chaffin goes around and nails the gas, does a 360s or a couple of them, and continues on straight. Now that, he PJ goes in the corner on the outside of Adam Petty, and around he goes. The damage to the right front fender did not happen there. That had happened earlier. He goes up, doesn't hit anything, comes down the racetrack. Here's where he gets lucky as he goes across that racetrack. Cars come along, and no one.
Hitting flush with the side of the car. You see one more angle of that contact.
And folks, that's at about 165, 70 miles per hour, and all of a sudden, car not up to speed, and he gets in the corner. He's trying to get out of the way. but it boxes up the car behind, and there we see the 15 of Gilchrist and the 77 make contact. And here comes 25 of Kenny Walsh, runs into the 77. Meanwhile, Lazaro in the McDonald's car. Ron Hornaday's involved. Here comes Harvick in the back of I guess that's a 43 car of Jay Sauter. Jay Sauter that he ran in the back of. I'm talking about Kevin Harvick.
Whoa, contact in turn one. Buckshot goes around, hits Gilchrist, and it all breaks loose behind him. There's the 4 car spinning. Jay Sauter is involved in the 43. He's already been involved in one incident today.
Inside of Anthony Lazaro, and he just had to turn the wheel too quickly, too hard, and he lost control and goes and just backs it in the wall.
Heavy concrete.
Right there, he just gets a touch from Jimmy Johnson, the 92 car, but just enough that around he goes. Johnson does a fantastic job stopping and getting under the car. Trickle tries to go above him. He said, come on, get out of the way. I know I got it. Okay, I'll go below you. Guess what? Down he goes right in the front of Trickle.
Those self-cleaning banks allowing the 55 car to slow.
Oh, and then Jimmy Johnson spins.
Oh, Casey Atwood spins. A car plows into Atwood up high, and we've got 4 cars.
And again, it's just so difficult. On the inside, we see Buckshot gets a tap from behind. Around he goes. The other cars start the evasive action. Look at P.J. Jones, the white 74, run up on the left side of Mike Dillon. Wow.
Happened again here moments ago on lap number 20. There's contact there. There's Fedewa's car spinning.
Jason Keller. There we see the 90 car. Stefanik go around. And Stefanik car trying to get alongside Lazaro, and there he gets in the left rear. Lazaro tries but cannot save it into the wall, and then the chain reaction starts behind.
To the right of your screen, 3 or 4 cars tried to stop coming off turn 2. That's what jumbled everything up.
More track bar. Try and take the bite out, but I don't.
There we see the 77 car gets spun, and Buckshot runs in the back of the 36 car. And Tim Fedewa, he's having a tough time this weekend at Bristol.
Fedewa must feel like a cue ball here at Bristol with the way he's.
And the 33 car of Tony Raines has some heavy damage, also spins down the front stretch. Once again. Now listen, folks.
Out the caution flag.
Very top of the screen, we see him coming off the corner, go up, and bam. I like the right front tire run over something and cut it, and he went flat.
7 car.
It's like he comes off the corner and just gets back on the accelerator, and around the Lear Ford goes. Does a 360 and continues on his way. Here full of the 17 car Matt Kenseth. Oh, and is that Kevin Harvick in the outside wall? Big crash.
4 cars, 5, 6.
Got a big rack to the start finish line. Big rack. Get your hand up. Get your hand up.
Hornaday's in it. LaJoy is in it. Harvick is in it. Early contact with Jason Keller in the 57.
Oh, and Pursuit 17 gets some contact with Keller, and around goes Kenseth.
Crash in 2. Crash in 2. Gas all back in line. Gas all.
59 spins. The 77 spins.
Mark Day, that white number 16, just got through. Johnny Rumley didn't even see him there the first time around. The Z3 led 211 to 242.
Chad spins up the racetrack. Now you can see Stedman with the wheels locked.
He had nowhere to go.
Car would not even slow up.
We keep holding our breath when we get full breath. That's why we hold our breath, because again, they have to be so precise. Looks like Jimmy Johnson, the 92 car, also involved, right?
Yeah, it does, Benny. And, you know, when you're down that low on the racetrack, it looked like the left front wheel
of Jay Sauter. Oh, there's the wreck's going on already. LaJoy comes up and bam! Trickle, all that damage to Trickle's car is in the left side of LaJoy's car.
That Trickle was trying to get up across the racetrack. He must have seen the 1 car spinning, had nowhere to go because there were 2 cars to his outside, and he tagged the 1 car of LaJoy right in the door.
That's the 35 car of Linda Namick, the black and white car that you see there. Casey Atwood
contact, and then
In the trial over here, you're going to have caution at the line. Caution at the line.
Blaze Alexander's car number 81 gets tagged from behind. He spins across. Looks to be the only car involved.
Once again, right in the middle of the screen, the red car going by on the outside, and David Green picked the wrong time to try to pass because around goes Blaze Alexander, and David Green has no place to go. And Blaze comes back across the racetrack, and unbelievably, no one makes contact with him as he comes back across the racetrack.
Got to wonder how. A little bit different angle looking back toward the turn. You see the car loop around. Take a look at that right rear tire. He jams the throttle and boom, nose first into the wall as the car slides directly toward our camera, bringing out the second caution flag of the day here on lap number 13.
And Ray, they just touched the brake to get the car to turn a little bit. Oh, and is that the 19 of B.J. Jones? Around he goes. And back across the racetrack he comes.
We got trouble in 4 again.
Behind him, Kevin Harvick gets tapped from behind by Hut Strickland. It looks like that is the 2 car of Harvick.
They're all over the place. In 4. Thank Kevin.
Still clear.
Oh, and Ward's crashes. Coming off the corner, just abruptly turns around the leader.
I don't know what happened, guys. Just broke loose.
Right at the top of the picture, you'll see Kevin LePage going around, and some fire under the car back in the gas tank area, but that was just rubber, I think. He comes off the corner, and bam, he hits at that time, and something really broke. And I see a brake rotor back on the racetrack. So it's a good thing NASCAR did throw the caution flag. That's a huge piece of debris back there. Loose, and he's going to continue getting loose. He's trying to save it, but finally he comes back to 83, and he just turns at 83 right in the wall. And you know what? Wayne Grubb kept Jimmy Johnson out of the wall. He did not hit the wall. Spun loose.
Here's the contact, the 97 car, and it might have been got a little out of shape.
He comes back and runs into the right front of Jay Sauter. Now Sauter comes back across the racetrack right in front of Elton Sawyer. He turns left and misses him, but here look at Grubb. Oh man, and he knocked the fuel pump off that car, the gas line off that car, and he had no brakes because he knocked the right front off, and all that gasoline is under the car.
Well, there is Grubb's car just ripping the whole right front off of his car and the right front off of Jay Sauter's car. And there's Elton Sawyer's Ford backing down toward us. Heavily damaged cars of Sauter, Sawyer, and Grubb working caution number 7 at Richmond. Back with more in just a moment.
A lot of guys get kicked out right there. The 55, that white car, that's Michael Rich.
Looked like Michael Rich might have got in the back of Hill and just a little bit, getting into turn 1 and turned him a little bit sideways. And when you get up there, okay, something on the right front's broken. He goes almost into that corner head on. Now he hits the wall again. You see no steering whatsoever left on that car. On the outside, they make contact right there, and around goes Randy LaJoie. Unfortunately, the driver's side hits very hard getting into that corner.
And if you follow NASCAR Busch Series racing, what happens? Don't know if he had contact with Borkowski. He was to the outside of him. Man, that was a wicked hit.
Thank goodness for the fuel cell that they have now. It's a rubber bladder tank instead of the old metal tank that we used to have. That would have been.
Christopher's already sideways in that deal.
Bobby Hamilton Jr. there. They made contact, he and Christopher. You can see
17, Jason Shuley. You saw him go around. Watch it again.
Got it off there. He got tagged from behind. He's trying to get control of the car there, going round and round. Everybody behind him trying to figure out where he's going. He goes back across very, very close. That's what set Jason Keller off, spinning round and round down the back straightaway.
Wow, that was lucky. A lot of people doing some great driving there. There he is.
Okay, that's Blaney in the lead there. You see the back of his car just go out. He didn't. I don't think Todd Bodine got into him. It looked like he was just behind him, maybe loosened him up just a little bit, and he lost control of the car, slid up into the outside wall.
Any racing Mike Stefanik.
Mike Stefanik on the outside. You see the back just start wiggling like that. Jimmy Johnson goes to the bottom. They make contact. That's the donut on the door, you see. Tremendous contact there. He was very lucky nobody caught him in the door after he really got slow there.
Oh, got tagged in the back. Got a little bit of, I don't know if he got hit, if he just took the air off his spoiler. But something brought the rear end around, and that'll happen in 3 and 4. If you try to hold it down, it will go. Oh, man, hit that inside wall, hit that safety water bucket there.
Do something with Jeff Green in the 10 car.
Oh, Joe Nemechek in trouble in the 87.
Bobby Hamilton Jr. nipped him in the back bumper. Look out!
I don't think he hit anything.
Get it started up.
Your screen is Elton Sawyer. He was on the tail end of the lead lap on the restart.
He just gets tapped right there. He cut across trying to get the edge there coming out of the corner. Got tagged into the outside wall.
Turn 3 banking. And Hornaday just broke loose all by himself. How about that?
We talked about it in the opening. A one-car spin can turn into a multi-car miss. There's just nowhere for these cars to go.
His camera down the back stretch.
See, the two of them have already made contact. They left the groove and went right straight up to the wall, so there was contact there.
I believe Matt Kenseth. There, he had a tire going down. I saw him wiggling it back and forth.
That's the cap on the tire. That is not the whole wheel naturally, because you can see it's still there. That's the cap right there.
He's got during the caution. Oh, around goes Todd Bodine. Let's see if everybody else. Here goes Harvick in the 2. He gets collected there just a little bit. And caution on the speedway. What a scary view that is. Of the afternoon for that tangle in turn 1. 83 Wayne Grubb, 24 Ricky Hendrick, 66 Todd Bodine. Let's see what it looked like from Todd's.
Yeah, right there.
Looked like he had a little nudge from Mike Dillon in the 21.
Yep, there was a car under Mike Dillon, and he couldn't get down on the racetrack as far as he wanted to go, and he just got into the very, very left rear corner of Randy LaJoy.
Caution number 8 after Blaze Alexander. Spins around. Don't know if Justin Labonte might have helped things, but Justin couldn't save it. But it was innocent enough there, albeit not for the Slim Jim team. Then the other cars, Grubb, Hubert, Harvick in the 2, the 17 of Schuler.
Of Jason Jarrett's car.
Watch this
there.
Here.
You can see Jason sideways, and there is McLaughlin go right up over the nose. Then Jason gets tagged by Bobby Hamilton Jr. in the 26. They actually straightened him out, but he's got flat tires, I believe, on both the left front and right front.
Let's see what we have here.
Well, it had already happened at that point, but you saw that the 1 of LaJoy was in the vicinity.
One at the start there. Well, it looks like Mike Dillon came down on Bodine. They got together, and then Philip Morris got gathered up.
What a break for Todd Bodine.
Yeah, he was very fortunate.
He was so close to getting caught.
Let's go back and see what happened. And you could see there the car clearly out of control before it even comes into that camera shot. Around to get by him, and then the 4th time by, he gets down into turn 1 much too hot and finally puts it down in the gravel trap.
Now the point we really need to make here, he is on the same lap on. Whoa, something broke. Something broke in the car. Oh my God.
And it's hard to tell if there was contact there. That was Hubert. But whether there was or whether there was not.
And they would be at South Austin and Myrtle Beach, where he wrecked 2.5. Oh, trouble on the front straightaway. Phil Carson.
What happened? Up in front, we see that looks like some contact between Chapman and Bobby Hamilton. And both those cars hit the wall pretty good, although the 77 car of Chapman appears to me to have made. I believe he just got too high, Jerry. I believe he got out of the room. Tommy Hubert's car, number 20. There's the 33 car of Tony Raines spinning. The 44 gets tagged from behind. Justin Labonte gets hit from behind. The 2 car gets hit from behind. Possibly the 20 car may have had some contact there. Tommy Hubert's machine. And there we see Hubert up on the outside retaining wall.
1 and 2. We don't see how they got together, but they did.
Here's what happened. We see Randy LaJoy, the one car, was going down the front straightaway very slow. He doesn't have any brakes, remember? He was so slow. Jason Leffler passed him on the left side, and the 8 car, Bobby Hill, passed him on the right side.
Well, you know what happened to the green and white machine? Jason Schuler might have checked up.
Lennon Amick was in that also, and he was in that very first tier there. The 77 car there was also involved. That is Mike Wallace.
Right, Mike Wallace trying.
Black car, and Raines on the outside, and right there's contact between the 2 cars, and it spins Raines up into the wall. Then they get 3 abreast there for a moment, but they all get through. But Tony Raines, a lot of damage to his car. Down on the inside of Wayne Grubb, and they get together going into the turn, and both of them hit each other and hit the wall pretty hard. And then the 20 car spins around, and here comes the 37 car of Mark Green, gets up on top of Hank Parker's car, finally gets off of it.
It was the 17 of Jason Schuler.
Yeah, can't tell if he got with someone up there that caused him to spin down to the inside. His car hit the inside retaining wall with the right side, and while he was sitting there trying to get going again, the caution had not come out, and then all of a sudden over in turn 2, P.J. Jones spins around. Maybe with a little help from he and Mike Dillon could have gotten together there.
Well, we may get a better look on board. You
See Dillon coming off the corner, and I don't know if there was contact. It was with Jeff Green. It was back in the corner, but see him backing across the racetrack. And then we talked about it. He backs across the racetrack. Kevin Grubb, the 37 car, and Musgrave with 82, no place to go. Hermie Sadler goes spinning down, and here comes McLaughlin. Watch this. Bobby Hamilton Jr. gets in the side of McLaughlin as he's forced.
Show you what happened here on lap 25.
There we see someone, it might have been, looks like the 92 car, Jimmy Johnson gets in a trickle coming off turn 4.
Flag.
Phil Marsh comes off the corner, and there's some contact, appears to be with the 77 car of Jeff Fuller, and around goes Marsh, and you can see just tremendous contact with the inside wall. Bill, and right, there's no doubt right now, Jason Keller's, they got a crash. 77, and the 98 hard in the inside wall. McLaughlin goes around and backs into the 98 car.
Left side of your screen, Michael's car spin. I led you straight. Turn forward, Jerry, as he comes off the corner. There's the start-finish line. Sorry about that. Led you down the Primrose Path. And he finally has made his way to the pit road, and he slows. And here comes the 77 of Mike Wallace and gets in the back. And Ricky Hendrick just barely gets through. And there's Linden with nowhere to go.
So the contact was from the 77 car of Mike Wallace. Again, here's the contact. Hank Parker Jr. on the inside. He is a lap down. Here's Johnson's car up across the racetrack. And a tough break for the Alltel Chevrolet driver, Jimmy Johnson, trying to get a good.
There we see Tony Raines in 33. He goes up, and gets in the left rear of Sterling Marlin, and around goes He nails the gas, and Spencer, I don't think Spencer hit anything. He actually stopped before he made contact with Sterling Marlin.
Screen.
He gets a hit from behind by Ted Musgrave, the 82 car, and around he goes, and here comes Hornaday on the bottom of the racetrack, and he just slams on the gas, tries to turn under the 35, and can't make it. He slides sideways, and right there's a 30 car. He just simply gets the car a little bit too high, gets out from under him, and he backs it in the fence over in turn 2. And there you see Michael Waltrip go by. And then coming off turn 4, the 33 and 96 get together, and 26 has nowhere to go but right in the side of McFarland. The 33 was trying to run back to the line and get a lap back. I guess that the 35 of Lyndon Amy got in the back of the 82, hit him and spun him, and he spun the 36. Is that what I think happened?
What happened to bring out caution number 5?
Buckshot Jones was also involved in that crash. There you see when the fuel pump gets knocked off and the fire starts with all that spark. There's no, all those sparks around there with those mentioned earlier.
There's the spin, and you saw the contact against the concrete on the inside, almost head on.
So now I know what happened to the right rear, because after the front hit it.
Yeah, and poor Johnny Rumley in the zero there. He was.
Whoa! Petty gets into it. The number 90 involved in this, Mike Stefanik, and the other car involved.
That's Jason. Okay, there's David Green in the middle there. Spencer gets into the right rear corner. David Green takes Spencer all the way up to the wall. Now, Green will slide across the racetrack here. And
Stick Trickle on the 5.
Linda Namick has nowhere to go.
Did you see Trickle slide right through it?
Waltrip running a little slower there. Looks like the 3 car there of Hornaday got into him. He checked up. Elton Sawyer in the 98 gets involved. These guys are spinning round and round, and this fire comes out of the 98 in just a second and follows him all the way down the back straightaway. At this point, I don't think he had a break 1 on the car, so he just...
There, the third place car was...
Oh, trouble off turn 4. Lyndon Amick's around. Randy LaJoie. 6, 7 other cars. Look at the big jam left of the screen.
Todd Bodine's in the wreck. Jason Leffler.
Jason Jarrett. Hornaday made it through, I believe.
About getting the air off the spoiler as they go through the corner there. That's exactly what happened. He gets a little toe off the outside car there, which makes the turbulence in between the 2 cars and pulls the back of the car out.
Wow, it looked like maybe the right front went down, or some reason the car veered off to the right there. I wouldn't guess, but
here's the in car from Purvis.
Kevin Grubb gets hit
Harvick.
there.
That's Harvick.
Kevin Harvick gets into him, the 2 car. You can see he went up and hit very hard, almost flat across the trunk lid there. Back of the car bobbed off. That'll pretty much do it for him today.
Exactly how it unfolds. Well, I wonder if Hermie might have been involved there too.
Yeah, and you can see right there, Lyndon Amick in the 35. He's just there and nowhere to go. He crosses his car up, spins around, and believe it or not, I think he got through there without any...
Back here at the Miami home. Oh, trouble. Leffler's in trouble. He hits Elton Sawyer, and Sawyer hits the wall. Caution is out.
Caution will come out. Caution is out.
The back could have been really bad. I mean, it's ugly enough for Elton.